Alright, welcome back for part 7 of A Link to the Past playthrough. This is Preposterous Whitey with you here on Dual Wield Gaming. And we have stopped... I have stopped being an idiot, and I have figured out how to progress in this dungeon that I have beaten a billion times throughout my lifetime. So, I dropped down on the left side of that room we were just in to get to that door locked with the key, and got the big key. Now the big key serves two purposes in this game, as you know. It allows us both to open the big treasure chest, and it also allows us to open the door to the boss room once we reach it. So it's a pretty important item to have, and I was just being a fucking idiot. Like I said, I didn't know where to go to get it. So now we gotta do some backtracking, get back to the point where we can actually get the item for the dungeon, which is the magic hammer, because we need that to progress in the game. As far as I know, for the most part, you can do a lot of the Dark World dungeons in non-specific orders, but some of them, especially this one, because you need the magic hammer to get anywhere else in Dark World, this one you need to do first. So that's why we're here. The new game, A Link Between Worlds, which is, I was talking about this last time, it's the sequel to this game. It gives you a little bit more freedom on that, actually. You can do dungeons in the Dark World, well, that game's version of the Dark World, in actually any order, because it has a weird mechanic where you rent all of the items that you would normally find in dungeons. You rent those from a character who sets up shop in Link's house named Ravio. He's a giant purple bunny, not to be confused with the giant pink bunny that Link turns into when he enters the Dark World in this game. Not to be confused with that. So, we're gonna stop being a fucking idiot here. I have, I already got myself lost again, but now I know where to go. So, I just didn't want to... I ended last episode early because of two reasons. One, I didn't want you guys to have to watch me just be an idiot and bullshit around because I didn't know where to go. So I figured I would come back once I had figured it out off camera, so you guys didn't have to suffer through that. And also, the reason it was so abrupt was because my batteries and my controller died right as I was about to... right as I hit that warp that we entered last time. So, couldn't really continue. I'm normally pretty well stocked on batteries, but I guess I had run out. So, I wasn't able to play it without batteries unless I used my keyboard, and man, I love you guys. I love my viewers, but I'm not willing to play A Link to the Past with a keyboard for you. It's just not... our relationship isn't on that level, guys. I'm sorry. So, I just beat the sequel. I beat A Link Between Worlds, probably a few hours ago, earlier today. Man. I mean, if you have a 3DS, again, I don't want to sound like a paid shill like Reggie from Nintendo is coming and dropping fat stacks in my house, although he could do that if he wanted. But anyway, I don't want to sound like I'm getting paid off or I have some ulterior motive for it. That is just a genuinely damn good game. If you like the older Zeldas more than the modern ones, because you like... I mean, a lot of people feel like the modern Zeldas make decisions that they don't agree with, like they hold your hand too much, and it's not difficult enough. If you really like the classic Zelda games, for elements that just aren't found in the more modern installments, give that game a try, because it's kind of, it's fitting that it's called A Link Between Worlds, because it's kind of a link between the two worlds of modern and classic Zelda. I think it'll please both kinds of fans pretty amply. Ugh, stupid anti-fairies. So it's obviously not quite as nails hard as say, the original Legend of Zelda or Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, but it's a nice healthy medium, and especially on hero mode, where enemies do double damage to you and there are no heart pickups, I believe. I haven't played hero mode in A Link to the Past yet, but that's how it worked in Skyward Sword, I believe, and the Wind Waker HD remake. So I assume it works the same way. Either way, I know that enemies do double damage. So, basically, it's a nice healthy medium in between those two types of Zeldas, because there's no annoying character. I know a lot of people hate Navi. I think Navi's okay, and I think Tattle from Majora's Mask is pretty cool. I don't mind those guys, but people like Fi from Skyward Sword, and I have to preface this, I like Skyward Sword. I like it a lot. But characters like Fi that literally will not let you figure out anything on your own. You would enter a room and she would say, "Hey, Link, look over there. This is the solution to the puzzle in the room. Just look right where I'm pointing for you." That's a little much. I don't need my games to be all that hard. I'm not a video game master, despite having played for pretty much my entire life. I'm not a master at it, but I do have I do have standards, and if a game feels like there's literally no resistance being put up as I'm fighting through it, then something really is lost there. I don't need every game to be Demon Souls. In fact, if every game was Demon Souls, I wouldn't be able to play games, because God, I can't fucking handle Demon Souls. I want to give it a try again at some point, but when I played that game, I just got slaughtered, and pardon me, still have that fucking cold. I just got slaughtered mercilessly. I know that's what happens in that game, but I got frustrated with it real quick and gave up. But I need my games to have some sort of challenge. So A Link Between Worlds was just what the doctor ordered. It was hard without being too hard. It incorporated a lot of classic Zelda elements. I mean, it took a lot from this game. Of course, it has the same overworld, and most of the dungeons are located in the same places, but by no means is it just a mere rehash. All the dungeons are different. A lot of the items you get are the same, but they have, new little kinks and twists that change how you use them. It's really cool. So give it a try if you have a 3DS, and even if you don't have a 3DS, I know they just released a really nice looking gold 3DS XL with the Link Between Worlds logo on both sides of it, and that's really cool. If I didn't have a 3DS XL already, I would be rushing out to get that, because today when I'm recording this, and I think it's going to go up later today as well, so it should be relevant. Today's Black Friday in the United States. A lot of you who don't live in the United States, I don't know if you know about Black Friday. I'm not sure that they do this in other countries. The overall impression that I've gotten is no, they don't. That it's mainly an American thing. But anyway, so today's Black Friday. Basically, it's a slang term for the day after Thanksgiving, which I'm not going to explain what Thanksgiving is. I mean, look it up on Wikipedia. I'm sure even if you're not from America, you've heard of Thanksgiving at some point. You know the general gist. Anyway, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday, so Black Friday, of course, is always on a Friday. Those are some neat things that you can learn here on Dual Wield Gaming. You can learn the days of the week. Anyway, so Black Friday is, for some reason, I'm not sure why it started to be this way, but it's the day that a lot of stores will hold like their biggest sales of the year. They'll cut a lot of, popular items down to ridiculously low prices to get people to rush in when they open at 5 a.m. or what the fuck ever, and draws a big crowd. A lot of people get hurt, trampled, sometimes even killed at these stores in the pursuit of deals. I'm personally, as someone who has up until extremely recently worked in retail, I am extremely opposed to the idea of Black Friday. I would... I don't think it's a good idea to put people's lives in danger in order to have sales. I don't think that's a good way to do things. And also, they decided to put a new twist on the wrongness this year. A lot of stores opened on Thanksgiving, which, I mean, a lot of retail workers have to work Thanksgiving anyway, but to have those Black Friday sales start on Thanksgiving and have them have to work, you know, be away from their families, it's just a fucking kick in the teeth for people who have to earn their living that way. Making minimum wage when you making minimum wage when you have to do that kind of work is not fun, let me tell you. If you've ever worked retail on Black Friday, you know what I'm talking about. Now, not everyone feels that way. Of course, I've worked with commissioned paid salesmen. I've never been one. But I've worked with salesmen who are paid by the sale. And of course, those guys love Black Friday because they make buco bucks, I believe is the term. They make good money on Black Friday. So, you're not going to hear people who actually are making money off of it complain, but the main victims are the people who get paid minimum wage no matter how much work they're doing and aren't compensated properly for it, have to lose their holiday in this case. I think it's despicable. I refuse to participate in it, not only because I'm broke, which I am, but because I think it's reprehensible to have a day like that that tortures people who already have terrible jobs. I recently got a new job. Even at my most recent job, I was not working retail, but, like, not strictly retail, I worked at a movie theater. But so that wouldn't have been affected by Black Friday, but still, I'm just glad to be away from stores in general right now. So, this is my first actual death in this game. I have been slain by the Helmasaur King while I yammered my face off about Black Friday. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this video off here. I'm going to kill that thing so it doesn't kill me again. And so I don't look like too much of an idiot again. I'm going to cut this recording off here, and I'm going to pick up at the Helmasaur King, and I'm going to be more well-equipped. I actually might start next video by going around and... Actually, yeah, I might start next video by going around and getting a few more bottles so that I can carry more fairies with me so I don't die embarrassingly again. So, thanks for stopping by. This has been, I believe, part 7 of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I'm your host, Preposterous Whitey, signing off.